She got her early start in the arts when her mom enrolled her and her sister in competitive dance in Birmingham, Michigan. But the magic of the Broadway musical Lion King is what made her really want to be on stage. Along the way, Paige Mobley learned to be open to other opportunities, from competing on America's Next Top Model to teaching musical theater to students, and now playing the role of Fleurette, Lex Luthor's ex-girlfriend in DC's new movie Superman. She's also the host of the Emmy Award-winning Netflix series Instant Dream Home, something that comes naturally since her parents are in the home renovation business.
We are about to transform our whole house in one day.
I'm freaking out, but I'm also excited.
Since they don't use this as their living room space, it would be really fun to transform that into an art studio.
Hey! I love this.
We're not only going to have to cut huge holes in the side of this house, but we're also going to have to lift those windows. It's going to be really, really challenging.
That's the stuff. Let's go.
What happened to our dungeon? What? Oh, man. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Paige joins us to share how she can also do open heart surgery and will become an astronaut next week. Just kidding, but wouldn't be surprised. Oh my gosh, Paige.
Oh my God, that'll be the next thing, right?
Yeah, right. But your life, you hit on something really young. I think a lot of people don't realize till a lot later, and that is we're all so driven by the goals, our goals, and so driven by the goals that we don't see opportunities that come our way because it's not part of our goals. You were able to do that early on. Where did that sense come from?
You know, it's funny. I've always felt like a multi-hyphenate. I've always been the kind of person that if I felt like I had this skill set and I was willing to work hard, I figured why not go for it? So I don't know. It must have just been something I was born with, but I always felt as though, you know, if you work hard and there are multiple different things that excite you, you should just go after them. So I don't know. The multi-hyphenate life has been inside of me forever, I suppose.
I think I kind of figured it. I went to 5 different elementary schools in different countries, and I think early on I was used to just showing up saying, "Hi, my name's Debbie. What's your favorite game? What's your favorite color? Can I come to your house and play with you? Do you have Cheetos? Because I love Cheetos." I mean, I was used to new situations and taking, you know, those opportunities to create new relationships. You lived in a lot of different homes growing up.
Sure did, sure did. So my parents, you know, outside of being artists, my dad is a celebrity portrait photographer. My mom is actually a painter, fabulous watercolor painter. And, you know, on the side of their artistic endeavors, they flipped homes. And so we did home reno all the time. And my parents would essentially have us move into the homes that they were renovating. We would work on them and then we would move to the next one, and all within the same neighborhood. So I never had to move like cities and things, which was nice. But I gained a lot of information on, you know, reno and things, but I also became a very flexible person.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
by proxy.
I mean, come on, 20 homes by the time you graduated from high school. But then there's that flexibility that we talked about. All you ever wanted to do was basically be in the business after you saw Lion King. So you started with the dance lessons, but after you saw Lion King, what was it about that moment that you just said, okay, Katie, bar the door, I'm done?
Well, you know, my mom, like you said, she enlisted us in competitive dance when we were young. And I always loved the on-stage aspect more so than the dancing. But when I first saw, you know, Broadway musical theater, first it was Lion King, then I saw, I think, Hairspray in New York City the first time. You know, it really put together what being on stage was. It combined the dancing, the stage presence, you know, with the performing. And it became my ultimate goal and my ultimate dream. So Broadway is still in my heart. I hope someday to go and pursue it. I went to school for musical theater, so I definitely would love to pursue that at some point, but it was really the culmination of everything on stage that really solidified me wanting to be an entertainer.
Well, it's coming, because when you can be on stage memorizing your lines live in front of an audience, singing, dancing, doing all of that, then you can do a lot of other things. You had a small role on Gossip Girl in 2012, a whole different way of acting, but you also did something that a lot of us saw you on, and that's when you applied to be on America's Next Top Model. And got on the show.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was scouted very, very, like, while I was in college and very in the early days of social media, somebody sent me a message and was like, I think you'd be perfect for this show. And I did the Zoom, I did the auditions, and I ended up getting on. And it was one of the greatest opportunities. I credit America's Next Top Model and Tyra Banks and everybody involved in that show as truly the springboard of my career. I know that a lot of people have different, you know, varying opinions on the show, but I had nothing but a good time. And I really credit it to being the springboard for the rest of my professional career. So I'm very, very grateful for that show.
And what I loved about watching this show is that you saw how difficult the profession really is. It's not just, hi, I'm cute, let's take some pictures, right? And there are lots of lessons lessons taught during the show. Also, the pacing of it prepared you for other things. You became a spokesperson and correspondent for The Ellen Show, Access Live, Apple and Xfinity, and then, of course, the show Instant Dream Home, which is perfect for you, combining your like presentation skills with how you grew up.
Absolutely, absolutely. The show, you know, America's Next Top Model, everybody always giggles that there's all these different challenges and different things that you have to go into when you're on the show. But a lot of them actually ended up applying to my career later on. And then Instant Dream Home came about because it was a culmination of all of that, being in front of the camera, applying the things that I learned in home reno from my parents. So it ended up being like a perfect cocktail of all of the things that I had done previously and that I felt I was pretty skilled at. So it ended up being pretty good.
This is such a crazy show because all those renovations are done in one day. You have like a 200-person crew.
Absolutely. So we were in Atlanta, on the outskirts of Atlanta. We met different families that were all, you know, very deserving and very needing of a home renovation for any which reason. And we essentially gave them a brand new home in 12 hours, which was out of control, out of this world. We had so much fun. A lot of people still to this day don't believe that we really did it in one day, which is fine. You know, let the naysayers say what they say. But I was there. I lived it. It was pandemonium, but unbelievable and amazing. And I love Netflix so much. I love all of my co-stars. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Yeah, and a lot of people working toward a common goal for the good. All right, from the TV screen to the silver screen, how did the role in Superman come about? And by the way, speaking to your skill set, the role was going to be one thing and kind of expanded to a little bit more.
Yeah, so it's funny, I auditioned just like everybody else. I, at the time, had no idea what I was auditioning for. A lot of people don't know in the industry that, you know, when you audition for sort of a bigger film like this, something like a Star Wars or a Marvel movie or a DC film, a lot of things are very, very kept under wraps. You have no idea kind of, you know, really what you're going to be doing or even the script until you show up the day that you've booked a job. So I was given my script. I was given the opportunity to audition. I had to create a lot of different circumstances for this character that I had no idea where she was or what she was doing. But when I booked the job, I was blown away to find out that it was Superman and to work with James Gunn. But our connection, you know, didn't stop there. James, as a lot of people know, he works on Peacemaker on HBO. And Danielle Brooks, who is one of the hosts of Instant Dream Home with me, works directly with James. And we didn't find out this connection until I got on set that day. So I was just so excited. And yeah, upon being on set and working with James, you know, Fleurette kind of took form, and I'm beyond grateful. It's every actor's dream, I think, to be a part of something like Superman. So I'm grateful and full every single day.
Over $500 million worldwide, fourth highest grossing U.S. film in 2025, and it's just going to keep on going only after the first few weekends. All right, I want to round out with something you do. I just want to say thank you, and that you continue to teach younger folks, you know, about theater and arts.
Yes, it's truly my greatest passion in my life. You know, as I said, I'm a multi-hyphenate. I've done a slew of different things in my life, but I've brought myself back to teaching theater, and it's really grounded me in my why I want to be a performer and an entertainer. And I tell my students all the time of all of the sets that I've been on and all of the movies, being there with them and being their teacher is my favorite job I've ever had. So it really fuels me. It's amazing.
Paige, congratulations, and thanks for being such a great role model. I told my son that I was going to talk to you today, and he wanted me to pass this on. So let me see if I can do it like he did it. Oh, really?
Hey.
She's cute. Yeah, tell her I said, hey, what's up?
There you go. There you go. Oh, I'm blushing now.
Yeah, of course. He'll listen to you. He won't listen to me. He models and does voiceovers also, and he got a script, and he goes, I don't know what the parameters are. But anyway, there you go. You explained it. Thank you very much. To keep up with Paige's career, follow her on Instagram at Paige Mobley or visit greatdayhouston.com for more details. We'll be right back.